What's up, guys? We're back. Got the TwoTwoTV rolling again, and man, it's been a crazy last 9 months. So we're really excited to be feet on the ground, back in Dade City, Florida, and yeah, just trying to find a rhythm and let the kids ride. Ellie and I get back to normal life, and well, what's normal these days? But our life. That's what I probably am most excited about, is just getting back to doing the things that we enjoy, what we love to do. Yeah, so it's like I said, being crazy 9 months, but we're excited to get back at it. So World Supercross, I was offered a position to move back to Australia, and we ended up not taking that position and moving the family back to Australia. But what I was really excited is I stayed in contact and continued to kind of work on an opportunity that would probably, for better words, allow me to be a consultant to them. Like, that's why I ran my team. I think to understand this position and this point of like why and how and I took the opportunity, it's really just about like running your own race team and doing all those things on your own. You learn so much. I helped co-promote Australian Supercross in the mid-2000s, and I just learned so much. And I just feel that I'm at a point in my life where there's not a whole lot of people allowing me in to use that knowledge. And so people like World Supercross and companies like that, like, it just allows me to tap into the things that I know is from an athlete, from a team owner, and from a co-promoter. And so everything that I see, everything isn't the first time I've heard those conversations, not the first time I've heard those arguments or disagreements from team, rider. And so how can I contribute? How can I help Supercross around the world be better and more successful, that allows the next generation to have better opportunities than what we had? I always think that try to exit the world in a better place and hand it over to the next generation better. And I just think that's what ticks my boxes right now. Is when I see my 13-year-old kid, Tate, tells me that he wants to race Supercross and wants to do pro motocross and all these kind of crazy things, I'm like, bro, it's a lot of work. And I think that as a dad, that somebody that's been there and I'm in that position, I can give him a better way forward, maybe better than what I had. He has to obviously do the work, but I think as a sport, I think I can help contribute, making it better. So anyway, we're excited to take Supercross around the world, and I'm encouraged. I'm excited for the things that they're doing and what they want to do and the places they want to go. So I feel like I'm really aligned with their way of thinking, and yeah, we'll see how this thing works out. So for me, it's really crazy to be back in Dade City, honestly. Like, so many things. It's always hard to just like how, like we talk about the house and how we're back in Dade City, but it was such a process of like different thinking and different opportunities. And but I would say that like it's so exciting, like just for me to jump on my bicycle or go to the store, any store. Like, I know the directions, I know where to go, I know where to go to the airport. My kids were all born here, and Pace was 5 when we left here, I think 4 or 5 years old. So yeah, it's a really, kind of unique thing to be back here. And Ellie and I's goal was like, we want our kids to live. They do homeschool now, and we're living a pretty crazy, hectic life, between racing and me, trying to take on more opportunities to, help the sport of motocross and supercross around the world, Australia, America, World Supercross, things like that. So we wanted a house that was honestly small, like it's the smallest house we've ever had, but we want to have a big old barn and have some animals and kind of access to a race shop, kind of like, garage, and be able to pack up if we need to go somewhere, like if I need to go to Australia for 4 or 5 weeks, then, I've got this massive big old house. So anyway, it's been one of those things that I was excited, but each and every day it excites me more, and I'm really proud for, the decision of moving back here. Yeah, so a lot of people seen us on Yamahas and, you know, obviously for throwback's sake, a lot of people got excited and whatever, but, you know, I think that what people need to understand is that we represent Mountain Motorsports. Mountain Motorsports sells every motorcycle. You know, a smaller part of their business was KTM, and so we were struggling to get the actual motorcycles, and so we kind of did a little period where we rode some Yamahas, and, you know, it fit Kaya really well. Tate moved to an 85 big wheel, and so it kind of that progression, you know, on a Yamaha being a little smaller of a motorcycle was kind of cool. Fast forward a little bit, KTM is now a bigger part of Mountain Motorsport, and we're really excited about that. And for me, I'm really excited to get the kids back on KTMs. I think as a father, the mechanic, there's a lot of things that are really nice about the KTMs. They're just super easy to maintain and keep up on. So as a dad, that makes me, you know, excited. And then obviously they're on, you know, really good equipment. So anyway, we're really proud. We got some fun projects going with Mountain, and, you know, Mountain is doing amazing things. I think that we completely align with everything that they're doing, the growth and the new locations that they're trying to go into. And even like for me, what's exciting is I've started to dive in a little bit on the business side of it. And I don't poke my head in on all the business, but I guess wanting to learn things differently. I don't know, just that part of my brain, I enjoy it. I enjoy learning the numbers and the whys. Like, you know, like you always see these people do certain things and the success that they have, but it's rare that you get the opportunity to, you know, be able to get in there and listen and see, you know, why they do things and you know, some of the maneuvers and opportunities that come. So I would say that's where I'm at in life. It's just, yeah, business, I guess, ticking those boxes and learning new things. I've always just designed the bikes, like, you know, admittedly to a fault. I enjoy having the bikes be mine and, you know, look a certain way, and, you know, anyone that tries to interfere with that, I'm always kind of just push them away a little bit. Anyway, the kids kind of started to, you know, put a little pressure on like certain things that they wanted on their bike, and so it was kind of funny. So then we printed off some black and white pictures and kind of gave him some, you know, colored pencils, and then they let him go to work. So, you know, SKDA was super kind to allow us to interact with the kids, and so each child got to basically design and pick their colors. And so that was actually kind of fun. It actually steered the direction of my bike a little bit because I was liking what they come up with. So yeah, I think that SKDA gave them a little more love than me. But anyway, it was a process getting full bikes ready. We had a 2024 Alpine Star shoot, and that had to happen, and it kind of happened really quickly. And so yeah, it was a busy couple of days and getting everything ready. But I must say that, like, whether it's your own motorcycle and your first time riding it, or, you know, a brand new bike for your kids, and you're getting them all set up with their suspension, their handlebars, and all the little pieces and parts that, you know, keeps them happy. I must say that never gets old for me. Like, that's a real thing I enjoy. So yeah, maybe in another life I was a mechanic or something, but I enjoy that part.
So we stayed in Australia longer because Chubb you'd basically waited all year to go there, swim in the surf, and then you had basically both your arms out and you couldn't go on the beach, so you had to watch the kids swimming, surfing, body surfing, all the things that you love to do. So we stayed longer, and we ended up staying for Christmas because
basically just stalled. We sold our house in North Carolina, so we were homeless.
December 16th, I think it sold. So then we were like done. So we didn't really have a home to go back to. We wanted to get involved with Aussie Supercross and be able to help more, which was another reason we thought maybe we'll move there, we can help that, you know, all the things. So we didn't move there, but we still wanted to make a difference and help grow Supercross in Australia. So
so I mean, to answer your question, I think it's long-winded a little bit, but I said, you know, as a child, I got to race Supercross at 12 years old, and it was awesome. Like, I just remember, like, first turning point of life was like, I need to be 12. Fast forward, 30 years. And then now we bring it back. We're bringing it back. And so we're helping with that. And then obviously we have making changes, I think, is the biggest
deal, right? Okay, so you want to make a difference, and you want to make Australian Supercross stronger, because it was really strong at one point. It kind of faltered off, you know, and so It's the roots. And when we went back there, the 85 classes and everything at your local roots level, which we experienced, there's a lot of kids out there. And so get them involved. People learning Supercross a little earlier and more stable, going through. Okay, so most viewers want to know, why did we stop our YouTube?
I mean, I think it's pretty easy. We were in Australia as a family, obviously, and our filmer, Logie, behind the camera.
Had to get home for Christmas.
I was going to say, had to get home to his family. We were gone a long time, and we stayed in Australia until mid-January. And
we also just decided, let's just take a pause, and everything that we were doing was up in the air. And it's kind of hard to be filming when you're trying to make life decisions.
When you're making life decisions, it's tough.
Because you need a minute just to go, okay, which way's up, really? Living in an RV in the cold of North Carolina when it was raining and you've got 3 kids.
The whole week.
And
we were packing up our stuff at the garage and it literally rained the whole week.
That probably would have been the only time I would have actually liked some filming, when we were going through those boxes, because seriously, that took me...
Didn't get your phone out?
Oh my gosh, how can I film myself boxing? We did film a little bit, but still.
We moved to 3 different homes, so we kind of had diluted, and really our house stuff was actually pretty awesome, and it'd gone through multiple.
We were almost like
processes
minimalists.
But the race shop, wow,
But that's harder to throw out.
It was a lot. It just took our time, and we never had that while racing.
So we spent a solid 10 days of cleaning.
Yeah, boxing.
It was good. Memory lane was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Actually, that part was really enjoyable. I enjoyed that part. Just seeing stuff that you haven't seen in forever. Some of your favorite, whether it's teamwear or hats or podiums.
Just things that you did. It were just a reminder, because, you just kind of keep trucking along and then you forget. So far, not decided, no racing, just a bit of riding. Just a sabbatical. That means just taking a little break.
You're just letting these brother and sister catch up and get that perfect style and...
Yeah, right?
Oh yeah, so I do everything perfect.
You do.
Oh yeah.
I would say that it's been interesting. Where did we go? Anaheim 2. And Tate kind of really put his hand up and was like, I want to race Supercross. Okay, let's get everything sorted, and it obviously
really
took way
he was
longer.
The main reason that we started or initiated the let's move from North Carolina down. He needed a little bit more time riding, let alone having winters where it wasn't able to ride so much, and we just figured at least give him a chance, coming into the game a little late, so we wanted to be able to just give him that time to do the fundamentals, and that was the original reason for moving down. So everything we've kind of gone back to that and just been like, okay, well, again, not build it all around him, but just give him a chance, because I feel like you obviously give him the chance, and you earned it as a kid. But
Sis has been into everything, and
she's into it.
Moto, and she's mad that she's only 11, and that
Chad made up a Supercross race for Chad.
A race for Tate. Literally, she's so mad thinking that and I'm like, no, this is how it was for me.
That was just the age group. She's mad that there's none for her, and she's not in it.
Yeah.
And it's all about Tate, and then we're like, no, it's nothing about Tate, actually. He's not even ready, and
Pace is kind of just, he's taking a little bit of a step back. He doesn't...
Take summers off, just casual.
Take the summer off. He's Supercross only, maybe in the winter, but I don't know. He just...
That's okay. He's kind of... Tate... Well, it's not for you. You're emotional. But, it is what it is. If he doesn't want to do it, he doesn't want to do it,
It's true. I would never make him do it.
It sucks because he's very naturally talented, but if he doesn't want to use it, then,
So clever. Very, very clever.
We have just been discussing the 85 Supercross in Australia, and we just wanted to know you and your opinion on it. Are you excited to race it? Are you signing up? Are you in?
I'm in.
You're in?
Yeah.
Oh, confident.
I'm in.
All right. How do you feel about starting the training?
At first it's probably going to be a little bit scary, but it'll probably get easier and more fun.
Yeah, we hope so, right?
Yeah.
What are you most excited about for the 85 race? The actual racing, being in a stadium?
Yeah,
just
racing
doing something different?
And being in a stadium probably.
Yeah?
And
you like the crowd?
Well, you think it's going to be just like when you come out on the P-Dub?
At Anaheim?
Maybe.
70,000
Might be a little
people?
different.
Yeah, it might be a little bit different.
It'll be a smaller stadium, so you're fine.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make you nervous? You're just keen for it?
Keen.
Keen.
Yeah.
Excited.
Yeah, excited.
So super keen. So when does the training program start, Dad?
It started.
Oh,
It's already
mentally.
started.
It's
Yeah.
mentally started.
Yeah.
We're
No, 'cause,
involved. It's all in here.
Yeah, Supercross is, you know, you need multiple things to be a solid Supercross rider. And so I think that, you know, the tracks and the consistent riding, you know, a couple days a week is the beginning.
Okay. So hit
I
up.
got the plan in my head.
Oh,
We're good.
wow.
We're
It's
good.
always good when he actually doesn't let us know anything. It's just like, here's
Just
what
do
we're
as
up
I
to.
say. It's alright. You'll be fine. Trust me.
Are we doing motocross tracks first? Just getting riding?
I mean, we don't have a Supercross track, so we don't have an option.
All right, so that's it. That's where you start, people.
See, this is where we start implementing. I would like to just purchase our own place, build Supercross tracks. We're all in. Let's do this. What do you think, Tate?
Yeah.
But Ellie's like, yep.
I don't want to be half committed, but he's been riding for a year. We just moved down here, and yes, I would like to get all the things too. But I know that you're either all or nothing, so I'm just trying to be like the middle person.
and Tate's so like new to everything, so it's
That's what
really
I mean. It's not
important.
like he has 10 years of riding and he's like,
No.
I'm all in this game. Like
So
he's
the whole
so new.
motocross thing, and even just like, you know, coming to Florida, like obviously for those that don't know, like in Florida there's a lot of sand, and so even just riding sand and the skill set that you learn with the bike moving around and some of the technique that you need to, you know, counter that, it all relates to Supercross. So, you know, again, plan in my head, we're getting there. I think that you just got to start implementing little things that that bring out, you know, the fundamentals and get that like kind of base, I would call it, and then we'll start sending
And we'll
jumps
just
out of
send
the turn.
triple,
And
you know?
like just yesterday, I mean, he did a big jump. It was probably, you know, 75, 80 feet, you know, which is bigger than a triple, but it's in a motocross setting, and it's not straight out of a turn, and then when you come out of the turn and you actually make the jump, and then you have to stop. All those things we'll start implementing at a later date.
Okay, so what was your favorite thing about living in the motorhome?
Nothing. Is that it's moving, so you can go places with it.
Yeah.
Probably all just being close together.
Oh, you're so cute. What about you? You used to love it because we were close
Yeah,
by.
because we get to play. You get to do pillow tracks.
You used to be so close to me that you didn't have to get scared in the dark.
You still good.
That's okay. I used to get scared in the dark.
Still do.
Okay, what was the worst thing about living in the bus?
Not having enough space to move.
Not having not
When it was
having
bad
enough
weather, it was
space.
kind of rough, huh?
No, but like towards the end, I would say that like Kaya in particular was just like, I just want my, you know, I want a house and I want my personal stuff back, and that was the most challenging thing about having a bus. I think that it was enjoyable and it was fun to move around, but like just so many of your things were in boxes and you had no access to them. So anytime you needed something that was in a box, it was in North Carolina and you're in Florida, or in Georgia.
Yeah,
so
just
it was just that part
unpacking was fun
challenging.
to find your stuff again.
It was.
Yeah.
If everything felt new again.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Remember when we were thinking about moving
Yes,
to Australia?
I really did. Until
What was your thoughts on
No,
it?
you be honest.
Yeah, you're not it. This is open chatter.
I would love to move there because all my family there, all my cousins, and they're girls. So I would like playing with all, like my cousins and stuff, and hanging out with my grandparents. And yeah, that's probably
But what
I was
about your
gonna say.
2 dogs?
Yeah.
She started to get like,
Was,
I just want to go home to my dog. But for the most part, you were ready. What about you? Did you want to move to Australia or you weren't ready?
At one point, yes.
Yeah, you were going to be a surfer. That's right.
Yeah, at one point.
He was taking up pro surfing, so it was going to work
Until
out.
I dunked on Tate.
I one dunk on your brother, and now you're going to the NBA.
No,
What a beautiful life.
I wanted to be in the USA and then like have a facility and ride and stuff like that. And the dogs were here and I didn't want to leave them behind.
Right? See, I had you back, okay?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Ultimately,
Just-
Kaya and I were the ones really looking at it, probably.
Yeah. Tate.
Everyone else was on
Thank
the
you,
fence
Mother.
around.
Yeah. Are we officially retiring from dirt bikes?
No, it's not official.
No, nothing's ever official
Never
in this
official.
house. Retirement.
It's always one
Yeah, I
last
know.
ride.
Why haven't you ridden? since World Supercross injury. You haven't ridden.
Really?
And I find it very weird because the entire time I've known you, you've never not been on the bike, and so it is very strange.
Yeah, and it has been strange, but like my hand, like of all things, my pinky finger has been.
Of course, it was in England.
I think sometimes it would be easier to just cut it off. Had I have cut it off, I would have been back.
That's why Star needs to like have to make custom gloves for you.
Oh my God.
It's been like literally I broke like the end part, and it's been horrible.
Okay, sounds like a big sook problem to me.
It is what it is. Whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
But
like
my hand, like, it just didn't feel good. It didn't feel right. It hasn't, like, it always hurt.
From the cutting board?
And now, like, literally, it's just starting to be to the point where it doesn't bother me. It doesn't hurt anymore. I'm getting my range of motion back. So, yeah, that was... Yeah, I've missed it. Trust me.
Have you?
Like, I would love to have
I think 90% of the people who actually ride do it for, like, an outlet, you know, and go ride, and they just feel better and they're happier and all the things. So, you know, I mean, most people don't do it because they're going to race or, you know, set the world on fire with their skills, you know. So, for me, when you're not riding, you're good.
Yeah, I mean, it's been the longest period of time off the bike, but it hasn't been the time to ride either, you know? I think that, like, I enjoy riding when it's like there's a purpose or you have a clear head, and there's just been a lot of decision making and things like that, and so hasn't been.
No, it hasn't been just
the
you.
ultimate
The
time
kids haven't been
to
really
moto.
riding.
So yeah, and I think it is perfect timing, right? Like my hand's actually starting to feel better, life's starting to settle and find a rhythm, and it's good timing. Ready to get back on a bike.
No, that is true.
Yeah.
It's not like we've just not rode. We've barely rode collectively, everybody.
Yeah.
Or have
there just hasn't been the time for it, you know?
No.
Like I think that in life you have to make decisions and do things that is best for the family, and you know, you go through all these things. We did a lot of racing last year, and then we acknowledged that we wanted to move and allow them a better opportunity to ride more during the winter and things like that, and it just wasn't.
It's almost been like a kind of a year of the whole transition, you know, truthfully, because, you know, you started training for World Supercross, and then it was kind of like just before that we had decided, yeah, I think we're going to move.
Yeah, we'll put a house up for sale, so we were moving. Ellie made that very clear.
It was very mature for us, not just wham bam, but...
The amount of times Ellie's just like, let's just do this, and I was like...
Just buy a house! Anywhere!
Pump the brakes a little bit.
I know.
I'm literally was like that.
It's just a house!
It's just a house.
Walking around the corner, back filming. We're ready to go.
We are. We back.
We back.
We back.
Back again.
Tutu out.